Come ye back to good old County Clare, here at Bunratty Folk Park. Our postcard today. This is a fantastic place. What's the vision behind this?
The whole idea is really to show people coming into this part of Ireland what life was like in Ireland around the turn of the century, roughly between 1850 and 1920. So we're trying to bring the folk park alive, rather than have it as a static museum setting.
So where are we walking past now in that little garden?
Strictly speaking, we're in a little chunk of land from the Cashin area, which is a river that flows into the River Shannon. This would have been the house of a fisherman who would have lived there at the turn of the century. And he would have made his living from catching salmon on the Cashin River. Now, this would have been a poor man, even though we're inclined to think of salmon as a luxury dish today. But salmon were so plentiful at that time that, in one sense, it was a poor man's dish.
And what would we find in there?
Inside there you find two rooms. You have the kitchen and you have the bedroom. The ceiling of the bedroom has canvas sacking covering the rafters and whitewashed, lime-washed. Both floors are mud floors. This man would have built the house with most of the local materials that he could pick up for nothing, which wouldn't have been a cost to him. It a rammed clay floor, and the floor would have to be put down at a time of year when the weather itself would be starting to dry off, so that the floor could gradually set and dry. If you were to dry too quickly, it would all crack and flake like the surface of the desert after rains.
Now, along here we've got some more cottages. That's got smoke coming out of it. What would that one be there?
That particular house now would have been a poor farmer's house from the borders of Limerick and Kerry. And that man might have had plenty of land, but it would be poor quality, mountainy land. And he would have had no one to farm it. He would have had to do this work himself. His wife might well have helped him. If he had some sons or daughters, they would go out and help him on the land as well. Even though standing here looking at it with the yellow ochre walls and the grand quality reed on the roof, one would say, gosh, wouldn't I love a house like that as a summer home? But I can assure you, at the turn of the century, and the mountainous borders, let's say, between Limerick and Kerry, in the winter time and the rain washing in, and you're trying to keep your four bones together, as they would say, it was tough living in those days.